Hey everybody, Nelson, alcoholic addict. I think everybody knows that's not my real name, that I use a pseudonym here, but it's worth saying out loud again. I did not have my best week. I was just all over the place, and it's Friday. And there were just a bunch of moments where I caught myself not feeling great and wanting to reach for something, the way that I used to reach for drugs and alcohol to make me feel better. And so this week there were some donuts. There was also a time when I thought, like, if I just yell at someone, if I just go off, maybe that'll vent and help me. And, that's not the answer for me. I need a spiritual solution. And, but try telling my brain and my stomach sometimes that Cool Ranch Doritos are not a spiritual solution. So when I'm in that place on a Friday, I tend to limp into the weekend with my family, and that's not fair to anybody. So I started doing something whenever I had a rough week where I called it my BOW plan, BOW. Best of the week is what I call it. So BOW, take a bow. And what it is for me, it's related to step 10. Step 10, as you probably know, is continue to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. And I recently reread step 10 in the 12 and 12, and I noticed it repeatedly mentions taking inventory that involves assets and liabilities, not just assets. So that's what best of the week is for me. Like, I'll try to think about, what are the 5 best things I did this week? What are the assets I need to express some gratitude about? And that helps a lot. I like that our literature describes spending some good time with the parts of us too. Because when I think about step 10, I always think about the bad stuff, resentments, character defects, all the amends I need to make. And it's important that I regularly make that list and review it and think about it. But if you're not in the best place, sometimes that gets pretty heavy. And so what my BOW list is it's like if SportsCenter made a 60-second highlight reel. What would I put on there? What would be on there for me? And so that pushes aside the fumbles and the strikeouts, and it sticks to the touchdowns to stay with the sports analogy. And so for me this week, I had quite a few moments where I was very irritated with people, just like in a real addict kind of way. And, the only person who knew that, though, was me. And that's a good thing. Like restraint of pen and tongue. It shows up when you don't ream out other people, that you kind of keep it in and work through it. So that was a good thing. Another thing I'll put on my list is that I had a few work ideas that turned out really well. And it's nice to just take a moment and think, that's good. I was, I'm proud I was of service to someone. And then I think I had one night where my daughter really started snapping at me, like really mean, just aggressive, and it was unnecessary. And I wanted to just yell, F you, but I didn't. I had a second where I remembered the whole restraint of pen and tongue thing. And I'll be honest, this time the restraint of pen and tongue was sort of a Hannibal Lecter outfit that I needed on my tongue, but I did it. I bit my tongue, and I was as supportive as I could be, even as I got barked at. So that's part of my best of the week that I'll be doing this week. I always encourage people with any length of sobriety that when they're at a place where they need a boost, take a look at your assets, not just your liabilities. So thank you for letting me share.